Hi Scorpio, welcome. So Scorpio, this is going to be your tarot reading and we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. Scorpio, when I was doing your reading, I was getting a message about home is where the heart is, which is really interesting because I just finished Virgo's reading and there was a message in that reading about home being a place inside of you and not necessarily something that's outside of you. And I noticed that there was a Virgo Scorpio correlation. So if you have Virgo in your chart or you're dealing with a Virgo, definitely check out their reading, as I feel like there's some overlap between what I was feeling in that energy and then what I'm feeling in the Scorpio energy. So let's get in it and see. I was feeling a lot of emotions in the Virgo reading. Not necessarily started off in the best place, but ended in the best place. But then when I sat to do your reading, I did feel a lift in that energy. And I feel like your energy being more lighter, okay, than usual is what I'm getting, actually. Not that you're not an emotional creature. Of course you are, Scorpio. But like I feel a lightness or a lift in the energy as we go through December and into January. And as I look down, you have three cards. You have Sextile of Opportunity, the third house, and Ascendant. Gemini energy here for some of you, could also be connecting with that. But this is all high-level energy here for you, Scorpio. This is about collaborations. This is about doors of opportunity opening to you. This is about your social life, your social circle coming together. This is talking about an improvement in your outlook, okay? So in the Virgo reading, I felt an improvement, but it was kind of heavy. And now in yours, I felt like a lot of you have dealt with heaviness, but you've pushed past it, or like it's because I'm getting words like it's your time to shine, or like you're now to the lighter part of this energy, okay? And because of that, it's like changing your outlook or gaining some sort of new perspective that makes you feel whole. I'm actually getting the words whole again. So this is all about your point of view, the things that you like, your attitude, your mission, getting some sort of perspective around that. And I keep getting, it's all about how you look at things. It's always ever only been about how you look at life. That's all it's only ever been. All of our pain and all of our suffering comes from our mind. All of it. And the way that you choose to perceive things has a lot to do with that. But I feel like you're getting like this more positive outlook, or at least that's the direction you're being guided to. And because you have a more positive outlook, things are starting to work out for you, or things will be opening up for you. It's all about perception, and changing that outlook. And I feel a lot of you are getting ready to turn the corner on that, or you already have turned the corner. So especially as we go into 2023, I feel like there's like this clean slate type of energy coming through in 2023 for a lot of people in the collective. And I believe it's the beginning of the age of Aquarius as well. So that's a very interesting energy. It's a very out of the box, healing type of vibe as well. Woo. Misfire. Let's see what else you have coming through here for you, Scorpio. Progress, the card of progress. Yeah, so it feels like to me that there's all this progression coming through, progressing on your goals, progressing in your life, possibly relationships. I'm hearing like the sky is the limit. So much positive energy coming in for you, Scorpio. I almost don't even want to clarify it because it's, it's been a while, right? Not saying you haven't had positive things to look at this whole time or this whole year, but it's like dawning on you this new age of your life, or this new perspective that you hold, and it's helping you to move to the next step and the next and the next. So let's go into the headspace then and see what you've got going on that you may need to know about. Then we're going to look at your emotional self, your heart space. We're going to then look at the big spiritual picture and where this is headed. So you have the Three of Cups here. the Page of Pentacles, the Magician, the Moon, and the Eight of Pentacles. So Scorpio, again, there's two cards here highlighting your social network, your friends group, the people that are the most meaningful for you. And I heard showing up for you. So I feel like you have like people showing up for you, you know, the way that you have showed up for them, okay, during this time frame. And it's giving you some sort of new perspective, like I said earlier. There's also an opportunity to get something off of the ground when it comes to your goals, your aspirations, your finances. There's something that is in the works that is getting ready to manifest over the next 8 months, okay, that I feel is meaningful to your heart, but also meaningful to like what's important to you and or like your stability here, Scorpio. There is an interesting mix here with the Eight of Pentacles and the Moon. So some of you working on your emotional self, okay? There's a sense too of like this isolation type of energy. So I feel like maybe when you're having alone time, Scorpio, you're spending a lot, or that's when you do your best self-work. Like that's when you do your best self-reflection. But this is like talking about it being in a positive direction though, right? Like our emotions can be our worst enemy or our best friends, depending on how we utilize our emotional guidance system. It's like going from letting something get the best of you to using it as fuel to make you better. It's all about changing that perspective, right? Changing the dial on whatever it is that you've had going on emotionally that maybe you've worked on or you've needed to work on. And I feel like there's progression here. So whatever work you've been doing on yourself is working. You know, it is pushing you into a space where you can feel better, right? And because you're feeling better, or when you get to a place of consistently feeling better, you see better outcomes. And that's not a coincidence because we manifest through our vibration. And our vibration is a manifestation of what we're giving our thoughts to and how we're choosing to feel about it. So it's like, think better thoughts, get better outcomes. Feel better, get better. You know what I mean? Like some people feel like, and this is funny because I was talking about this in the Virgo reading too, that they'll feel better when the circumstance changes, but the circumstance cannot change until you feel better because you are the attractor of your experience and you attract to you a match to whatever you're feeling, right? So in order for things to improve, you have to find a way to improve your mood or your outlook. And then things improve, right? So again, check out that Virgo reading. I don't even care if you have Virgo in your chart. I just feel like there's some weird correlation between those two readings and you'll probably gain something from it. But let's go into the emotional space and see. Don't mind my little doggy back there. She's my guest. She's my guest host for the day. Let's go into the emotional space, Scorpio, and see what do we have going on. It's interesting too because they've highlighted friendship once, twice, 3 times. So not saying like family or your intimate partners or whatever aren't important, but friendship is heavily being influenced or highlighted or of importance, okay, over these next 3 months actually. So let's see, Page of Wands. What's going on in the emotional space? I'm not going to keep that emotional space for Scorpio. If you felt kicked down, Scorpio, I feel this is your time to get back up on that horse. I just feel like it's your time to be at ease or to have things go a little bit easier for you. And I'm actually highlighted. Okay, so I'm actually getting this is for all of 2023. Well, isn't that great news? So if 2022 was tumultuous or you've been through a lot of changes, I feel like this steady, easier energy coming through for you, Scorpio, in 2023. And I'm getting things like easier road, winding down. They're actually showing me like a curvy line that becomes flat. Like your path. All right, so we all have difficulties on our spiritual paths, right? And that's what helps us grow and better define what we want. And then we get these rest periods where things kind of even out for a while. And that's because our souls get tired if we have too much difficulty, right? And of course, comfort is always available to us as long as you are willing to quiet your mind enough to allow Source to come in and comfort you. But a lot of people don't know how to quiet their mind, and or they do not know how to connect to their higher self to receive that healing energy. But it comes for us and to us and through us always, whether we're aware of it or not. But there's this awareness coming in, Scorpio, that you're going to get where you actually feel the ease, okay? Or you get some sort of comfort or relief. Because I'm also getting the word like a relief period, okay? Where things kind of stabilize. Which is exactly what you need. All right, so anyways, you have the Page of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Hermit, the Ten of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. So all of this super positive energy. So I feel like this is you kind of being open to love, romance, being more playful, or that coming into your life, Scorpio. Just being less serious, allowing yourself to have a more light experience. Like I can't get past the message of like, it's all about your outlook. There seems to be some self-reflection going on around the family or the home structure, or maybe a personal, intimate relationship here. But there's progression. You have two cards of progression and then things moving forward. And it could also be, by the way, that things have kind of, well, first of all, things are always moving forward, but it's going to speed up relatively quickly, right? So this is like things kind of progressing, but in a very slow, menial, but yet practical way. And then it's full speed ahead, you know, like, and I feel like this is energy movement, you know, where it's like one foot in front of the other. Some of you are literally going from survival mode to thrive mode. You know, there's a difference between survival mode and thriving, right? When you're in survival mode, all you can do is manage moment by moment how you're feeling, right? You can't sit and think about future long-term planning when you are in survival mode. It is a day-by-day process. And so it's not always obvious to us when we're in that survival mode that we are making progress, but we are, right? It's just not as measurable as when you're in thriving mode. But then when you flip that switch, right, and you finally get your head straight and you go into thriving mode, it's like your mind expands because now you have room to think above and beyond the day-to-day, bill-to-bill, moment-to-moment type stuff. Now, when you're in thriving mode, you do have the capacity to think about goals, long-term plans, vacations. You know what I mean? Like you switch gears at some point, but it's only when we get stable in our vibration consistently that we can expand and bring in this thriving energy. And I feel like that's what's coming in for you, Scorpio, is like, this is like going from practical and mundane to thriving, to moving forward, to switching it into high gear. I'm getting a song. First I was afraid, I was petrified. Thinking I could be wrong by my side. Everybody knows the song. And now I'm back from outer space. Oh my gosh. I will survive. That's the song. Oh my gosh. That just made me feel so good to hear that song. I think I'm actually going to go listen to that song. It's like, yeah, you are a survivor, but you don't have to define yourself that way. Instead, they want you to redefine yourself. You're not a survivor, Scorpio. You're a thriver. I don't know. I did that. I was making a point, but I don't know if that actually made the point. Oh, let me move away from that. Anyways, random. Okay. Let's go into the bigger spiritual picture, Scorpio, and see where this is headed. Two of Pentacles. No, don't get in your own way, Scorpio. Don't get in your own way. Don't let yourself get torn down or drawn into conflicts. You know, also, if there's unresolved tension or issues, this is the time to heal it. Don't get involved in other people's drama. Even as a listening ear, if you're lending your energy to someone else's drama, you as being an observer of it also, it's like energy is contagious, you know, also get sucked into it, okay? In an energetic way. So that's just a word to the wise. There does seem to be like a little bit of back and forth here, and something that needs to be healed, conflict that might need to be healed, whether that's internal struggle or conflict with others. It's just, it doesn't serve you to sit in that energy. It doesn't serve you to focus your mind there. It is time to move past that. Let's see what else. I can still hear that song. Now I'm back from outer space. Anyways. King of Cups, Six of Cups. Yeah, I'm getting like unresolved feelings, or for some of you, unresolved trauma that is still in the process of being healed, okay? It's something from the past. This old wounding here that's showing up. But, you know, if we don't heal old wounding, it ends up manifesting again and again and again and again in our life. And if you've lived long enough, I'm sure you're aware of how repetitious life is and how you tend to find yourself in same or similar situations over and over and over again. And that's a clear indicator, right? When you have a repetitive cycle, it's a clear indicator that there's something stuck in your vibration that has yet to be resolved, right? So there is this need to heal. This is interesting. So I got this song in the Aquarius reading. It's Sasha Sloan. She says, "'Cause I've got problems. Family drama." It's called Version of Me by Sasha Sloan. If you have Aquarius or dealing with an Aquarius in your chart, check out the reading I just did for them last week. Could you love this version of me? Yeah, you're not your past, Scorpio. It's an experience that you had, but it only becomes baggage if you start to define yourself by it. You can easily let go and just focus on here and now, right? And I feel like that's the encouragement. Sometimes I think it does more damage than good to dig up old wounds and re-examine them and try and psychoanalyze them, because it reintroduces them into your energy, and your brain does not know the difference between a memory, a daydream, or what's actually happening. So when you pull up painful memories, your body relives it over and over and over again. So while I think it's good to like know where you come from and to learn and grow from it, it's not always best to relitigate things. right? Sometimes it is best to let it go and to allow fresh new thoughts to come in, to spend more time thinking about where you're headed as opposed to where you came from. Just words for the wise. Anyways, I love that this ends on the 9 of Cups because this is like success. Yes. Okay. This is a feeling of success. Also, finances may actually improve in this upcoming new year if they haven't already. And it's weird too because there's something about there's some weird correlation between like thinking back on the past and finances. Like, I don't know if that makes sense to anyone, but like, again, that message coming through of like, well, that was the past and this is now, and you can recreate any satisfying experience you want here and now. Like, there's no best time of your life. The best time of your life is the time of your life that you're currently living, which is right now. And when you can see your now moment as the best time of your life, then you change your outlook and it becomes the best time of your life. Because you get what you think about, whether you want it or not. So it's also about being present, Scorpio, about being present and in a state of appreciation and looking for the good and moving away from those more negative thought patterns. So, wow, this is a really positive and beautiful reading. Let's see what the guidance cards have to say here for you, Scorpio. Whew. Can you love me? All right, this says, there's nothing for me to guard against. You exist in a place of absolute well-being. Tell yourself that again and again and again. Know it. Be the evidence of it to give others reason to believe that we can all truly be well. That's so funny, Scorpio, because here I'm talking about it's all about your outlook. It's all about having a positive outlook, but it's also about what you tell yourself. Tell yourself you are well and you will be well. Know it and believe it. And then others will see that in you and become inspired themselves. Wow. Beautiful reading, Scorpio. Zodiac signs that you could be connecting with or have in your own birth chart. I have Gemini here, Pisces, Leo, Aquarius, Virgo, Cancer, Pisces. Those are the predominant signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff. I have videos and content over there. Tarot Time with Dana, all of it linked in the description box, but also linked in the About section of my YouTube, where you can find the donation link. If you'd like to donate, you can do so there. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, 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 very best, Scorpio. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.